When Mike Tyson felt disrespected, the atmosphere around him shifted. Not with noise, not with theatrics. Changed in silence, the most dangerous kind. His eyes sharpened. His jaw set. His posture transformed, as if something ancient had been summoned from deep inside him. The men who laughed, mocked, or tried to belittle him never understood what they were provoking. They mistook anger for chaos. For Tyson, anger was clarity. It was intention. It was destruction with a destination. Andrew Golota discovered that truth the hard way. Known for dirty tactics and a reputation built on pushing rules until they snapped, Golota believed he could toy with Tyson mentally. He laughed at him in public. He smirked during press events. He treated the fight like a circus. But the moment they stood across from each other in the ring, the humor vanished. Golota's body betrayed him before the first punch was thrown. Tyson didn't need to move. His stare alone stripped Golota of confidence, turning him into a man who already knew the ending. When the bell rang, Tyson surged forward without hesitation. His punches were not wild. They were sharp, violent, surgical. They tore through Golota's guard, snapped his head back, stole his rhythm, and crushed his belief. Golota tried to survive by grabbing, holding, and dragging the fight into chaos. But Tyson was not there for survival. He ripped free and dropped him with a thunderous right hand that echoed through the arena. Golota understood immediately. The next round would not be a fight. It would be punishment. So he chose something unheard of. He ran. He fled the ring, accepting humiliation to avoid annihilation. Tyson stood there burning, denied the chance to finish what he had begun. That fire only grew hotter with time, especially after betrayal cut deeper than any punch. Don King, the man who once stood beside him, turned away. Tyson felt hunted by vultures. The media doubted him. Promoters exploited him. And when he finally returned after time away, he came back carrying bitterness as heavy as his fists. His fight with Francois Botha became the breaking point. From the opening bell, Botha fought dirty. He grabbed, leaned, clinched, and smothered every exchange. The referee looked away. Tyson protested. No one listened. Every hold tightened the pressure. Every clash added fuel. By the end of the round, the anger boiled over. Tyson twisted Botha's arm in raw frustration before his corner pulled him back. But Tyson never needed tricks. He needed room. In the next round he found it. One opening. One explosion. One right hand that erased everything. Botha collapsed. The crowd erupted. Tyson stood over him, rage finally released in the only language he trusted. Then came the night that reshaped his legacy forever. Evander Holyfield. The first fight wounded Tyson more than the public realized. Holyfield outworked him, outthought him, and used his head as much as his hands. Tyson complained about headbutts. The referee ignored him. He lost. And that loss festered. By the time the rematch arrived, frustration had turned poisonous. Holyfield again led with his head, again opened cuts, again unraveled Tyson's focus. Blood streamed down Tyson's face. His patience evaporated, and in a moment that stunned the world, he bit Holyfield's ear. The arena froze. Chaos erupted. The fight dissolved into madness. Tyson was disqualified. Police rushed the ring. His name was forever stained. That wasn't rage as power. That was a man collapsing under a weight he no longer knew how to carry. But Tyson's anger was not always ugly. Sometimes it was almost poetic. Sometimes it felt like justice delivered in gloves. Larry Holmes represented everything Tyson despised. Holmes had humiliated Muhammad Ali, Tyson's hero, when Ali was already broken by time and illness. Holmes mocked him. He laughed about it. A young Tyson watched with tears in his eyes and made a silent vow. Years later, when the moment finally came, Holmes still believed himself untouchable. He laughed at Tyson, dismissed him, mocked him just as he once mocked Ali. But when the bell rang, mercy vanished. Tyson attacked like a force of nature. He dropped Holmes. Then again. And again. Every punch carried years of loyalty, pain, and rage. When Holmes finally stayed down, Tyson hadn't just won a fight. He had defended his hero. He had put a ghost to rest. This is what people never understood about Mike Tyson. His anger was never random. It was deeply personal. It was born from disrespect, from betrayal, from being laughed at when he already felt small, from watching heroes fall, from being used by people who claimed to care. When Tyson felt respected, he fought with discipline. When he felt betrayed, he fought like the world owed him something. That is why arrogant fighters feared him. Not because he hit hard. Plenty of fighters hit hard. They feared him because he punched with emotion, with memory, with scars that never healed. Every insult became motivation. Every laugh became a target. Every slight became fuel. When Tyson was angry, he wasn't reckless. He was terrifying because he was precise, quiet, locked in. His rage didn't spread. It narrowed. It became a tunnel where only one thing existed: the man standing across from him. And once Tyson fixed on you, there was no hiding, no praying, no escape. Because even if you left the ring, you would never escape what he made you feel. That is why his story still matters. Not because he was flawless, not because he was gentle, but because he was honest. He showed what happens when immense power and deep pain share the same body. He showed what anger can create and what it can destroy. And he proved, time and time again, that if you disrespect the wrong man, you don't get a warning. You get a storm. Now it's your turn. Which moment of Mike Tyson's rage shocked you the most? The brutal reckoning against Larry Holmes? The chaos with Holyfield? Or the destruction of men who laughed too soon? Do you think anger made Tyson great, or did it ultimately undo him? Drop your thoughts below, share this with another boxing fan, and if you want more dramatic, story-driven breakdowns like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned. The fight game never runs out of legends worth remembering.